and other races that you just know of, like, yeah, that's kind of it, honestly. Just blacks, whites, and Asians. There's actually not a lot of Asians there, but there's a bundle of black people. There's a bundle of white people, and that's kind of it for that, honestly, with racial sense. And the kids in the school are definitely, I would classify as weird. There are some people that would be classified as normal, but literally none of them are, so everyone in that school is classified as weird. But I guess people are weird in their own way, in a good way, in being like, nice, not nice. I mean, like, just their personality-wise, I guess. Everyone's different, and I guess when you find those people that you click with, you embrace their differences to the point you end up becoming friends with them. And when you become friends with them, it's like the best experience you ever have, because you get to know someone's interests and differences, your dislikes and likes that they enjoy, and I think that's what makes people weird. That's what makes people weird, is the differences that everyone has. But it's common because everyone has differences, and I don't think there's anyone on this earth that would be classified as perfect, except for God. But anyone on this earth would not be classified as perfect. And it totally makes sense. No one is. And I guess there you have people that are perfectionists, but they're still not perfect in everything that they do. There's people that dress differently out of the standard of how you would, quote unquote, normally dress, or basic wearings of clothing. But again, that's just people's personal opinions on how to dress, or how to look a certain way, how to do your hair, and stuff like that. So it's all different. But it's so weird that even when people know that it's different, that you should embrace others for their differences, no one actually ends up doing it. Even with some of your friends. And I can speak on myself for this too, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite and be like, oh, I don't do this. No, I do it sometimes, where we judge other people because of their differences. Not saying that I judge people hard or harshly. I keep it to myself. But unlike others, they don't, and they say it out loud to that person, or straight to their face, and it hurts their feelings. But I think the way I think about it, the way I kind of, I guess, judge people, is that the way that, I guess, I don't know, like, the way I get to know them. I don't know if that's what I base off of people of, but it's most likely of what's going on in this person's life. I don't really care if, like, it's something bad, because I won't judge you on that or anything. But, like, if you're going through a rough time, like, I completely understand. I think everyone's been in that point in time in their life where they've had that experience of being in a hardship of some sort. And I love helping people out, and just, like, asking if they need to vent or anything. But I've started to realize that has taken a mental toll on myself to the point where if with that person I just won't socialize with them anymore, even if they're not venting to me or anything, and if they just want to have a normal conversation. If they drain me, my mental state to the point where it's so low, I won't be able to have a conversation with them because I'm over and done with them because of the fact that they drained my mental, my stability of my mental state. And yeah, I mean, it sucks, but even if I don't talk to them for maybe a few months or text them back or for a few weeks, anything like that, even when I start talking to them again, it drains my mental energy so quickly. That's why I just don't talk to certain people. And some of them get the hint of that and some of them don't. But I truly don't try and do it on purpose. It's just that sometimes I do want to focus on myself because there's stuff that's happened in my life that I haven't even talked about yet. Not even to my mom or anything, to the point where I can actually say anything, So it's kind of yeah, I have my own things to deal with, and everyone has their own things to deal with, and when people have their own things to deal with, I guess you can't always help people with sorry, how you want to. You can't always help people, and I've started realizing that. But yet, I still try and help anyone that I can with their feelings. I'm kind of classified as, people say, as the therapist friend, and I get that because I kind of am. And when everyone's the therapist friend doesn't really talk about their feelings or anything like that, I'm yeah, it's kind of true. It's very much true. I don't like to because I feel bad. So I just keep to myself because that just seems the better way out of it. When I know very well that it's not, and I probably should talk to someone about how I feel. But I can't do that with a kid. I can't do that with someone that's my age because I know that they're already going through something and that they have to keep on that burden of what's going on in my life. Even if they don't want to, it's something that just happens because you remember what that person has been through and all the things that they experienced because they told you, including if it's over text, because those messages are saved. Those messages won't go away unless if you block and delete that person or those messages. They're going to be stuck in that conversation for however long you are friends with that person for. And that's something that people are going to have to realize, is that no matter if it's over text or in person or online, anything like that, it sticks with you no matter what it is. Even if it's a good memory, a bad one, hurtful, painful, great, joyful memories that you've experienced with your friends, like pictures, hanging out with them, and just having fun. They all stick with you. Even if you sometimes forget those memories, they always somehow come back to you. Maybe even in a dream, you remember that time. You remember all the things that happened. And some of those memories can be absolutely beautiful. And that's what I sometimes appreciate about my memories. Is that I can remember things from however long ago. Even if I don't have a record on it on my phone, I remember it. Not with great detail, but some with great detail. But the ones I don't, it still feels special to me. Because I know that that was such a special memory to me that I actually ended up remembering it. Even if I don't remember the things that I loved as a child or as like a baby. I don't remember my first steps or anything like that, but I remember me hanging out with friends. My friends, maybe when I was, I don't know, 5th, 6th grade. The first friend I had, the first friend that decided to, the same one that decided to kind of betray me. And I've had a grudge against them for such a long time. And you know what? Only recently that they popped up back into my life, and I was just kind of like, I have to forgive them for this. I have to. It's been so long to the point where I should have forgiven them years ago. And I didn't, because I felt hurt. I felt pain. I felt so many things because that person hurt me so badly. And I understand, like, it's holding a grudge. And holding grudges aren't a good thing at all. And the thing is that I know that it's not a great thing to hold grudges against someone. And I think a lot of people know that fact. It's just that whatever that person did to you, however they did it, whenever they did it, we still, with some people, I guess, we still end up holding a grudge against them. Even if we don't know it. And, excuse me, I've kind of realized that with that person coming back into my life, not even as a friend, but just seeing them online again, even though I knew them in person, but like seeing that they came back to my old school and that they came back the year that I left is so nerve-wracking. I don't know why, but it's so interesting. I wonder what would have happened if our relationship just didn't fall apart like the way it did. You know? And the betrayal and hurt that I felt when it all first started, I still kind of feel it because it hurt me and it made me look at life in a different way, where it took away some of my innocence in trusting in people. My innocence in trusting in people. Thinking that I could trust anyone. And at that moment, I realized that I couldn't. But now, even though I still have my trust issues, it's more of, I want to forgive this person. So when I forgive them, I move on. Officially. Entirely, and it's over. It's off my hands. and I can finally be released from the grudge that I've had with this situation, with them betraying me as a friend for so long. And I'm ready to forgive them. I really am. At least I think I am. And maybe they don't even remember me, and I think that's okay. It'd be very sad if they didn't, but I think they would. At least I hope they would. I think if they did remember me, it would help me more to forgive them. I don't know if I would want to let them back into my life, but I think it would just be interesting. But besides all of that, I forgot what I was on. I know I was on the topic of school, but I was talking about the people, and I just started ranting about it, so I apologize. The people there are, like I said, weird, but we all have our differences, all our different opinions and stuff like that. The kids there are, some of the white kids are kind of racist, in a way. They had this thing on their phone where there was a whip, and every time like you shook your phone, it'd make like a crackling sound of a whip, and they would use it on people. Of course, it's just like an app, but of course, it was kind of funny to me, honestly. It was kind of funny, but I was just kind of like, why are you guys doing this though? But I started debating if I should download that app or not, just to use it on my friends. But it was during Black History Month too, which is crazy. But it was just kind of like, okay, all right, go for it. But someone ended up saying something about it, and they still do it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's kind of the little racism going on in there, but there's a lot more, but I probably won't dive into that. There's a lot of either fighting, not a lot of fighting, but there's definitely a lot of drama that goes on in this school. And it's like, okay, that's definitely interesting. When I tell you drama in that school spreads so fast, it's just like 1 minute and it just goes through the whole entire school and everyone knows about it, including me. Besides the people there, they're fine. Up. There you go. The people there are just kind of like, oh, okay. But besides the people there, my classes, they're fine. My first period class, I'm class representative. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like, I guess, a leadership role in your class. That's like the best way I can kind of explain it, is a leadership role that you have in that class or in a class. And you go to meetings at like 7 o'clock, 7:45 in the morning. So you have to get up at like 5 o'clock so you can get ready. So it's definitely interesting. It's kind of fun though, even though I'm still like a normal regular student. It's just that I have to. Sorry. It's just that I have to be like what's it called? Leader, or make sure I do right things, and I do. I don't do any silly stuff in class, or I'm mostly the quiet kid. Not like I'm quiet. I'm a quiet person. I'm very much a quiet person, and I don't get approached much by people, which I kind of understand, I guess. I'm not mean. I'm really nice to people, honestly, and I shouldn't be, because of that, I literally cannot say no to anybody. So, yeah, it makes a lot of bad situations because I can't say no to people. So when they either want something from me, I'm like, yeah, go for it. If you need a pencil, take it. If you need a charger, take it. If you need anything from me, you can just take it. I don't know if that's just kindness, but it's definitely something, and it can definitely get annoying, but I can definitely be mean to people when I need to, or when I end up being, like, in a bad mood or something like that, but most overall, I'm just calm, but I can be very nice to people. But I guess it's because of either the way I look, dress, or maybe because my voice is too deep for, like, yeah, me, I guess. It's just kind of like, they don't talk to me. My first period class is pretty fine, I guess. But all my other classes is just awkward. If anyone has seen Comey can't communicate, I'm kind of like Katai. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I kind of am like him, just not like the same build as him. I'm very much shorter than him. I don't have like a muscular build or anything, and I don't look like a delinquent, but it's just kind of like I give off a demeanor sometimes of being like, please don't come near me, but I really want people to approach me because I love talking to people, but I literally have the worst social anxiety ever when it comes to people. So if someone's like having a bad day and I see it and I'm like, I should probably go over and ask if they're okay. Either wait until class is over or I'll just get scared, including if I don't talk to them a lot. Like, there was this one kid that was feeling like, I guess they were just kind of like in a bad mood that day, and I ended up texting them like way after school was over. I was like, are you alright? Or is everything okay? And if you ever need like someone to talk to, please just let me know, because I could help you if you need help with anything. And I couldn't tell them that in class because I was literally scared out of my mind to even get out of my seat and ask them, hey, are you okay? Because I know people lie. So, like today, we were it was like not a study hall, because it wasn't a study hall. It was social studies. And it was just really quiet. And I'm like, okay, I'm finished with my paper. And it's something I have to turn in to my teacher. She's in the back of the class. I'm not in the back row. I'm like, I'm in the second row in the front. In the third column. In the second seat. I don't even know I'm saying that, but yeah. So I'm like looking back there and I'm like, how am I going to get back there without causing a distraction, being too loud, or drawing attention to myself? So I'm just sitting there contemplating if I should even get up or not. And I was just waiting for someone to be loud and then just to start talking again. It didn't happen until like 10 minutes later, and I can finally get up and go turn in my paper, and then I find out that the paper had a backside to it. Yeah, so I technically got up for no reason, and I had to go back and sit down so I could finish the paper, and I didn't even finish it because as I sat down, the bell rang, and then I had to go to math. So it sucks. It literally sucks. I wasted majority of my time just standing there and like just waiting for someone to say something, because that class was so silent. And I was just kind of like, please someone talk or get up or move. I was gonna ask the person in front of me to get up and make some like a noise or something just so I can speed my way up or sit up real quickly and just walk over there. But I was scared to even ask them that, so I couldn't say anything. Also, just letting you guys know, if I say them a lot, and am talking about one person unless if I'm talking about multiple people, and I will definitely let you know if I'm talking about multiple people. But majority of the time, I will be talking about one singular person at a time, and I will use them, they, them, or because I feel like if people find this and they know who I somehow am, then they'll just know who I'm talking about. So I'll just use they, them pronouns for literally everyone, so no one knows who I'm talking about. But I don't think anyone's ever gonna find my channel in my school, and let's just hope that they don't, because that's gonna be scary. But yeah, I have so many people that I'm interested in that school. Not in a romantic way, but in a way that I want to be friends with them and get to know them a lot more than I don't do. So, I may have their, like, number, or I talk to them in class, but I don't do anything besides that at all. Which sucks. And I really want to get to know all these people, but I'm so scared to be like, hey, how are you? Good morning. What's your favorite food? Like, that's so awkward, and I don't know how I'm supposed to go up to someone and be like, hey, when I don't talk to them on a regular basis. And it's just really awkward because I don't talk to them on a regular basis. If I talk to them on a regular basis, then maybe, yeah, that would make my life easier. And when I think about it, then maybe I should start talking to them on a regular basis than meeting, like, a bunch of people. Them on a regular basis, and maybe I'll get more comfortable and being like, hey, how are you? Good morning, blah, 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 blah. And I'm still can't do that because I'm afraid. I don't even know why. But I'm just kind of like, I don't even know if this person wants me to talk to them. And if I talk to them and they don't want me to talk to them, then I'm going to be annoying to them. And if I'm annoying, then they won't talk to me at all. So I just sit there. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad because they walk past me and I make eye contact with them and they make eye contact with me and I say nothing and they say nothing. So we're both just walking past each other, saying nothing, where I could have made that attempt of being like, hey, how are you? Good morning. Whatever. Good afternoon. Whatever I say. But honestly, I can be a very much social butterfly. But the thing is, I'm also not, because it's only in school, which literally sucks, because that makes no sense at all whatsoever. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay, that definitely helps me just staring at this person. And the thing is, I have a staring problem, kind of. And the thing, okay, so I'm gonna explain it. The staring problem I have is that when I make either eye contact with someone, or I want to get to know that person, or I'm interested in that person because I want to get to know that person, or 5, I just stare at you. And you stare back. I will stare at you or make eye contact with you for the rest of the time of that day. So, let's say you're in my first period class. And I look over. You see me, I see you. I turn back. I'll look at you during first period more than 20 times. And I'll just look back and then go back and forth, just panning back and forth with my work and you. And I do that because I'm awkward. And I'm like, hey, I kind of want to talk to this person, but I don't know what if I want to talk to this person. Including if they're popular or just well known, I'm like, I probably shouldn't talk to this person because I'll ruin their reputation or something. I don't know. Maybe they actually don't like me. What if, like, I don't understand it. I really don't. And it's kind of like, okay. I don't know what you want me to do, but okay. That's so cool. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah, bye. So, I'm just stuck in that situation of how do I talk to someone, get to know them. And even if I do say good morning to that person, meaning one, they don't say it back sometimes. And even if I say hello, they just look bothered and uncomfortable or awkward. And I'm like, okay. So I'm going to give up and stop trying. And I'm just not going to talk to you for a little while now because I feel awkward. And I feel like I made you uncomfortable in some type of way. But I don't know what I did to make you feel uncomfortable. And I don't know what to ask you if I made you uncomfortable. Because that's very awkward to ask someone, hey, did I make you uncomfortable in any type of way, shape, or form? And because how do you start that conversation with someone when you don't talk to them and you ask the worst question available and being like, did I make you uncomfortable? Because that might make them uncomfortable. That I asked them if I made them uncomfortable because then that would make them uncomfortable. The question would make them uncomfortable. So I don't know how to approach that and being like, hey, how do you even start that conversation? So I've been wondering recently, have I been making you uncomfortable any type of way, shape, or form? And the thing is, if I never made them feel uncomfortable and I just said that, they probably would feel bad because they think that I thought that they felt uncomfortable because of the actions and the body language that they were showing towards me. So, as you can clearly see, I overthink it. So, I'm just here being confused if I made this person uncomfortable or not. Still talking about one person. If I made this person uncomfortable or not, and I'm just here being, what do I do? What do I say? Do I confront them about this, or do I just keep it to myself? And then confront them when we're better friends. But that would make no sense, because if I'm better friends with them, is that the situation already got resolved. And if the situation got resolved, then I would not be in this awkward moment with this person right now. See? This is what I mean. But yeah, this is literally what I mean. This is minty. It's not even minty, it's just weird. So, after school, on Mondays and Wednesdays, there's like this workout thing you can go to, right? So I went. And I was so uncomfortable. It's not even funny. No one did anything or anything like that. But I was just so uncomfortable. Because there were more like 20 people there. More than 20 people there. And then when I went on Wednesday, there was more than maybe 30 people there. There were so many people, and I did not know why. But I felt more comfortable on Wednesday than I did on Monday, because literally half of my classmates were there. I could name majority of those people that I saw there, including someone that was mean to me. And I was just kind of like, wow, this is really awkward. What do I do? I didn't even start my workout until 5 minutes later so I could find a spot where people weren't even at. And so I felt comfortable and didn't feel like I was going to get stared at. But hopefully Monday goes better because I've been there for like the past 2 days. So if it does get any better, then I hope it does get any better so I'm not awkward with those people anymore. And I think that the people that I know in that thing already, I'll have a closer friendship with them or relationship. Still meaning friendship in my books. Friendship or relationship with them. And I'll be able to talk with them more frequently without being awkward. It sounds like a great idea, right? But how do I start that? I still don't know how to start that type of conversation with people. And I know you guys might be saying, just do it. It's so easy. I know it's easy. But it's not easy when you're in school. Strangers, I'm good with strangers, including elderly people. Elderly people are like the best people in the whole entire world, and I love them, all dear to my hearts. Besides some, but all dear to my hearts, and I love them. I literally love them so much. Elderly people are like the joy of this world, even if they are sad. Their elderly, wrinkly faces just warm my heart, including when they're like with canes or anything like that. They're like the sweetest people on earth. They'll give you candy or money if you need it. They'll buy something for you if you need it or if you want it. They're the most amazing people in this whole entire world and the purest ones ever. And I love them so much. So, yeah, elderly people, including elderly women, I love them, bro. Elderly women are like the best. But just elderly people in general, they're like the sweetest people you'll probably ever meet. Including if they're non-judgmental. Best people ever. But, of course, there's some that aren't that great. But I'm not going to be dissing elderlies. So, yeah. Small kids, I don't like. So, I won't even start a conversation with them at all, whatsoever. So, I'm not going to even try. Kids my age are just scary. Kids that are slightly above my age, like, ooh, I was about to give my age away. Can't do that. But kids are like around my age, which is, I'm about to say that people that aren't around my age, by the way, like actually. So let's say like 16, 17, those people kind of creep me out. Unless I'm actually friends with them. But actually 16 and 17-year-olds are like really chill. They're probably like the chillest people ever. But they're also mean. Like, I don't know the difference, honestly. But they're honestly pretty cool. And I think that range is pretty nice. But people around my... I'm choking on my gum. That's not good. But people around my age are just the scariest people ever to live. And I don't know why, but it's just kind of like being around people my age honestly scare me. And it's probably because I grew up with a bunch of adults in my life. And I had friends around my age, but I was so much more mature and so much more around adults in my early ages as a kid, to the point I'm more comfortable around adults than actual kids, which it truly should be the opposite. I should be more comfortable with kids than adults, but I'm really not. But yet, I still can't talk about how I feel to adults. You see how this works? So, adults are like amazing, and then kids are scary, which makes absolutely great sense, right? So, honestly, I would have to pick adults over kids because adults are just, even though a lot of them suck, they actually suck a lot, but they're so much better than kids, and I would rather be around them than kids. But I would rather be around elderly people than adults and kids and people of my age. So it wouldn't really matter. Because elderly people always win in the end. I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna leave it off with that. I'm probably gonna go edit this and then post it on my channel. So the last thing I'm gonna talk about is this Roblox experience I had, which I kind of want to share about it because it was very interesting to me and kind of life-changing, but in a good way. So this kid came on to the Roblox, like the server, mic up, and he came on to the server, and first he was just like bragging, and it just kind of like, yeah, it just kind of progressively got worse. But then at the end, he just started spreading the gospel, and which was like so cool to me. And I was kind of like, why not just listen? Why not just sit down and listen? Because I can just get like a free sermon or lesson right now. Because why not? So I just listened, and all the stuff that he said just made me more curious about the Bible and about Jesus and God and how all those things correlate. I know I didn't say that right, but don't judge me. With all the things that are on Earth right now. And when I think about it, when you look at Earth, and even if you're not a religious person, I'm just saying this, but if you're not a religious person, then I guess you might not agree, but if you look at just life, trees, nature so closely, you can see that God just made such a beautiful place for us to live in, and we're destroying it like really, really badly, and we should probably stop doing that. But even the darkest skies, gray skies, like it's raining right now, and the power is probably gonna go out, I still find peacefulness and beautifulness even in that grayness. Grayish white type of sky. It's so beautiful. Have you ever seen a full moon before? It's so peaceful and it's so beautiful. You feel like you're being drawn in, and you have like, it's such a beautiful thing that God created all of these things. And it's just so fascinating that he did. And I don't know, it's just so amazing. And that dude that we met on Roblox was so cool. Afterwards, we got his Instagram and everything. But honestly, he made me think more about God and me wanting to go down that path of like becoming more religious. And even though my family, my mom, is religious and she believes in God and Jesus and all the things that has happened in the Bible, I've still been kind of like iffy about it because I don't know, but I've started to come to terms and being like, why not just give it a shot? Why not go and learn more about God and Jesus and all the things that he's done? Why not just take the shot of trying something new when I haven't tried this before? You know? And Honestly, it's been going pretty well. I think, in my opinion. I think just me talking about God is so much more interesting, I guess. And honestly, it makes some very great conversations with people. You get to know people's opinions about it. About religion. Religion? I don't know. But you just get to know so much stuff, and it's amazing. And I think it's just really wonderful. But I'm just going to leave off on that because I probably should start getting ready to go to sleep, but I'm not going to go to sleep yet because I still need to edit this. And I really, 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 really hope that this phone captured or got every single thing I said, because if it didn't, I would literally cry myself to sleep. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day or night or afternoon or evening. And if you guys are going to bed, I hope you guys have a great night's sleep and that you guys have sweet dreams and that you wake up tomorrow with the greatest sleep that you've ever had and that you had such great dreams that you thought it was real, which is probably like half of you because you guys dream about like the weirdest things. But anyways, if it's day, hope you have the great rest of your day and that you eat something, you drink water, and that you have the greatest morning ever and that your rest of your day is great. Please be safe, everyone, and take care a lot. And hopefully I'll be back with some more content later on this month or whenever I post again. So, thank you. Good night or day, continue, etc. So, yeah. Bye. And thank you for watching, honestly.